Green Tree Productions is proud to present Duncanville Weekly News. It's the good news just for the City of Champions, Duncanville, Texas. And now, here's your host, John Thompson.
Hello, world, America, Texas, and Duncanville, and welcome to this edition of Duncanville Weekly News for the first part of January 2018. Glad you're logged on and watching. Hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and are ready for some hoops. And we're going to get to them right after this. On Thursday evening, January the 8th, at the DHS Performance Hall, the class of 2017 Duncanville ISD Athletic Hall of Honor ceremonies will be held. This will be the 12th class so inducted. This year's honorees are Kathy Self-Morgan, our Pantherette coach, Lori Sutherland, past Panther golfer, Sam Lowe, a former Panther basketball player, Shelly Finger, Panther soccer star, Tiffany Jackson, who is coming home from Europe for this event. She is an ex-Pantherette and now a WNBA player and plays in Europe when the WNBA is off season. Now, this is always a fun reunion for past Duncanville players and fans. Hope to see you there.
Hi, I'm Don Summons, better known as Mr. Duncanville. I've been a fan of the Duncanville basketball since 1957. And if there's a bigger fan out here, I'd like to see it. And I'm ready to see some hoops.
Hoops? Did you say hoops? We got your hoops right here in the Hoops Corner on Duncanville Weekly News, with all the highlights from the latest Duncanville Panther and Pantherette basketball games and a peek at upcoming games. The Hoops Corner is brought to you by James Memorial Chapel,
The Wolverton Company, Singla Dental, Leon Miller Commercial Properties.
And now in the Hoops Corner, here's John with all the Hoops highlights.
Hello, Duncanville basketball fans, and welcome back to the Hoops Corner. Well, both the Panthers and the Pantherettes participated in tournaments over the holidays, and let's get right to the highlights and start with the Panthers. They participated in the Dallas Independent School District Tournament, and here's how they did. On Wednesday, the Dallas ISD held their 78th Holiday Invitational. And this year, the Panthers only had to go to Ellis Davis Fieldhouse. That's at Polk and Danieldale. You can almost see it from Duncanville. The first game was with Grace Preparatory Academy, and this one was close all the way. Early on, Cameron drives the lane and scores. And then on a break, it's 1-on-4, and Cameron scores again. Glad Cameron didn't miss the bus as he nails a three-point basket. CJ drives and scores. And then Steven avoids a flop for a 2-and-1. The Panthers lead by 2 with the clock running out, and Grace Prep hits a three-point shot to lead 14-13 after 1. Jordan opens the second with a curling shot in the lane. Then he drives the lane for a 2. And 1. And at the half, it's 25-23 Panthers. As he opened the game, Cameron drives and scores. And on this one, he draws a foul. Cameron passes out to Jacoby, who hits a floater. And after three, the Panthers cling to a 1-point lead. Down by three, Jacoby hits a three-point shot to tie the game. Then he drives the lane for two more as the lead is going back and forth. Jacoby hits a much-needed baseline shot. And then Ian drives, misses. Jordan rebounds and misses. But Stephen rebounds and is there to close the deal. Jacoby hits another floater in the lane to lead by four. Then he intercepts and takes it to the house for a 6-point lead with a minute and a half left. Free throws down the stretch. And Douglas hits one. Final. Panthers 63 and Grace Prep Academy 59. Cameron had 18, Jacoby 17, and Steve 14 in this opening game of the DISD Holiday Tournament. Then Wednesday evening in the second round of the DISD Invitational, the Panthers played the Silsbee Tigers, who had defeated Dallas Adamson in their opener. Cameron gets things started, getting a good rim bounce on a baseline shot. And then Jacoby drives the lane for two. Cameron makes the good pass to Stephen for a layup. And then Stephen drives the lane for two more. Douglas takes a lead pass, makes a good fake, a dribble, and a bank shot. CJ nails a three-point shot. And Cameron closes the first quarter with a short shot in the lane. And after one, it's 26-11, Panthers. Stephen starts the second quarter with a baseline drive and hoop. And then Douglas gets two and one. Stephen. Three. Jeremiah Coleman is in, and he drives that busy lane for two more. No, he's not under arrest. Coach Chisholm is just showing the official how his defensive player was guarding. And at the half, it's 40-26 Panthers. Cameron opens the second half with a driving layup. Nothing changed much in the third, but Silsbee hits a shot at the buzzer to trail by only 23 after three. In the fourth, Douglas drives and scores, as does Jacoby. Down the stretch, free throws. Jacoby hits one. And then Stephen hits a couple, as does CJ. It's over. Final, Panthers 91 and Silsbee 76. Jordan had 22, Stephen 16. Doug and CJ had 10 apiece as the Panthers move on to the tournament quarterfinals. Having just knocked out the Silsbee Tigers, in the quarterfinals, the Panthers played those Lancaster Tigers, who had knocked them out of this tournament 3 years ago in the semifinals. They had beaten a team from Australia and O.D. Wyatt to get to this quarterfinals game. Jordan hits a baseline shot to get the Panthers going. And then Douglas follows with a three-point hoop as the teams are swapping baskets. After the Tigers score 6 unanswered points, Stephen gets half of them back with this. Lancaster answered, but CJ hits a late quarter three-point rainbow. And it's 17-14 Lancaster after one. Anybody know them? CJ again. Three again. As there are tons of free throws both ways, but as the clock ticks down, Jacoby makes this basket. But at the half, it's 34-26 Lancaster. More and more free throws in the second half, and Cameron hits another one. And on the press, deflects the ball to Jacoby, who scores. Then, look at this play by Douglas to trail by 4. Then he hits a early fourth quarter 16-foot shot, and then Stephen hits a 17-foot shot as the deficit goes back and forth from 4 to 6. Jacoby keeps things close with this play to pull to within 5 at the 2-minute mark. Cameron hits a late game NBA three-point hoop, but time ran out. Final, Lancaster Tigers 70 and the Panthers 64. The Panthers finish this game and their non-district schedule with a 16-4 record. Jacoby had 18, Cameron 15, and CJ scored 10.
Singla Dental, your hometown dental office, is a proud sponsor of our DHS athletes on Duncanville Weekly News. Singla Dental offers convenient, extended hours, and same-day appointments are available. Located at 541 West Wheatland with a website of www.singladental.com, and telephone number is 972-298-4677.
Jane's Memorial Chapel is the only family-owned funeral home in Duncanville and is proud to offer caring and dedicated services from familiar friends. Rick Janes and his family, the owners of Jane's Memorial Chapel and Funeral Home, have served Duncanville area families in their time of loss since 1998. A beautiful and spacious chapel is offered, and Jane's serves all cemeteries. When it comes to finding people you can trust in a time of need, you can turn to Jane's Memorial Chapel. No one else knows families better. 811 South Cockrell Hill in Duncanville.
The Panthers have only played one district game, and they won it, so everybody's either 1-0 or 0-1. And their upcoming games, of course, will be doubleheaders with the Pantherettes, and we'll give you that schedule after the Pantherettes. Speaking of the Pantherettes, they participated in the Sandro Meadows Classic over the holidays, and here's how they did. The Pantherettes opened the 67th annual Sandro Meadows Classic tournament against Saginaw. The Rough Riders a surprise participant. The Pantherettes are ready to get back on the championship list after having not won it for 2 of the last 3 years, losing out to out-of-state teams. The Pantherettes take all of 11 seconds to take the lead when Angel hits a shot from behind that arc on the floor. And then Zay follows with a 3-point hoop from this side. Anaya. Her turn. 3 more. And then Chris takes a half-court drive for a layup. Zay gets it into Hannah for a turnaround hoop. Nia Wilson is in and makes this basket. And then Asha Ross takes Kiara's Howard Garza's pass for 2. And after 1, it's 27-4 Pantherettes. Zay scores to open the second quarter. And then scores again on a drive down the lane. Lamara scores on a break and is fouled. Kinley hits a rainbow. And at the half, it's 55-5 Pantherettes. Kinley scores on a break in the third quarter. And after 3, it's 71-5. Not much to show from the last quarter, as on the bench, the managers and trainers enjoy another big win, 82-9. Zay had 14, Kinley 13, and Asha scored 12 as 11 Pantherettes were in the scoring column in this game. Then in the Pantherettes' second round game Thursday night at the Sandra Meadows, it was versus Colleen Ellison, the Lady Eagles, who had defeated Arlington Seguin in round 1 and are in District 8-6A, so these two teams might meet again in the playoffs. Zay hits a early game 3-point shot. And Anaya drives and gets the shooter's touch on the ball and the rim. Hannah can't find anybody to pass to, so when in doubt, shoot. But she had a toe on that arc. Angel hits from behind that arc. And then Ellison was pretty much keeping up when Zay hits this bank shot, 3-point hoop to beat the buzzer. And it's 20-15 Pantherettes after 1. Angel makes a nice drive to open the second. And then Lauren Lusk hits a rainbow. Several free throws built a Pantherette lead to 33-23 at the half. Zay gets loose early in the third and has a snowbird, as does Chris. On this play, Angel's shot is rebounded and put back by Hannah. Anaya hits a 3-point shot as the Pantherettes are pulling away. And then Zay scores 3 straight baskets and outscoring Ellison 21-6 in the third quarter. It's 54-29 after 3. Asha scores in the lane in the fourth. And then Lauren inbounds to Asha for 2 more. Zay feeds Angel on a break for 2. It's over. Final. Pantherettes 64. Colleen Ellison 38. Zay led the scores with 23, and Asha had 12 as the Pantherettes move on to the quarterfinals. Prior to the Sandra Meadows quarterfinals game, Sue Cannon, the longtime, now retired coach at Trinity, was recognized.
Those particular people, and tonight it's my great privilege and honor to recognize 117. Sue, we love you. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm being a little brief. I know we've got a game to play, but thank you so very much. I love the Duncanville tournament.
Then it's game time, and the Plano East Lady Panthers are the opponent. And this game was a surprise to many of us. 6 seconds into the game, Zay spots Chris for the Pantherettes. First basket, and they're ahead for good. Zay drives, loses it, but Hannah finds it and scores. It's Zay to Chris again. Then Chris drives, misses, but Hannah's there. Then Zay hits a 3-point shot. And after one, it's 21-10 Pantherettes. In the second, Chris spots a rolling Hannah for 2. Then Anaya is ahead of the pack for 2 more. And at the half, it's 38-20 Pantherettes. In the third quarter, Asha is in and makes the good pass to Hannah for 2 more. And then Anaya makes another nice drive for 2. Kara's in and scores on a pass from Angel. And after 3, it's 52-27 Pantherettes. Kinley hits a short shot early in the fourth quarter. And later, another. It's over. Final. Pantherettes 74 and Plano East 36. Chris had 17, Kinley 14, and Hannah had 14. And Zay scored 12 as the Pantherettes move on.
The Wolverton Company, serving the Duncanville, southwest Dallas area for over 78 years. Wolverton has been a proud sponsor of Duncanville Weekly News since their day one in 1991. From H.W. to Thomas to Keith and Matthew, Wolverton provides the best heating and air conditioning service there is. Call them at 972-296-COOL. That's 972-296-2665. Leon Miller Commercial Properties is a proud sponsor as he enjoys helping to promote our DHS athletes as no one else does. Leon owns office and retail space in the heart of Duncanville on Main Street. If you are looking for convenient, accessible, and well-kept space for rent, call Leon at 972-709-7181. He will fix you up.
To the semifinals Saturday morning, and it's against Sierra Canyon out of Chatsworth, California, the Trailblazers. And after missing their first 4 shots, Hannah hits a mini hook shot, and then Chris gets trapped but dishes to Ania for the Snowbird. Zay just drives by everybody for a layup. Ania, WNBA 3. Then she feeds Hannah in the post for 2 more. Time is short, so Chris hits a 16-foot shot. And after 1, it's 22-8, Pantherettes. In the second, Angel, bank shot. 3-point hoop. And then Kinley from behind that arc on the floor. 3 more. And at halftime, it's 42-16, Pantherettes. In the third, Chris into Hannah for a mini hook and the basket. And then Chris scores in the lane. Kinley. 3. With the clock expiring, the Trailblazers guard slings the ball up and it goes in. And after 3, it's 63-31, Pantherettes. In the fourth, Jack calls her Bocephus Lot. So Bocephus drives and scores. And then Kinley feeds Kiera for an easy 2. Lorraine is in and scores. Asha takes a pass from Bocephus for a layup. It's over. Final, the Pantherettes 81 and Sierra Canyon out of California 36. Hannah had 21 and Chris 14 as the Pantherettes move on to the tournament finals. And as he does at most important events in Duncanville, Lion Terry Webb and the former fire chief led the national anthem, and then it's time for the finals. The Pantherettes against another California team, this one from Los Angeles area, Harvard Westlake, and Chris gets it going, hitting a 15-foot shot, and then Angel into Hannah for 2. Angel hits a 3-point shot. And Zay said, that's a good spot. And she follows suit for a double-digit lead. Zay again, head on. And after 1, it's 16-11. Pantherettes with only 1 foul committed in the whole quarter. Zay opens the second with a lengthy 3-point hoop. And then later, Hannah scores down low. And Chris scores on a break. And at the half, it's a 15-point Pantherette lead. Anaya opens the second half with a 3-point hoop. And Zay hits a shot from behind that arc on the floor. And Angel follows from the same area. And after 3, it's 41-23, Pantherettes. For most of the fourth quarter, Coach Self Morgan just wanted to hold the ball and get this one over, but the Lady Wolverines wanted to lose by more, so Hannah scores in the low post, one of only 2 baskets in the last quarter. An intentional foul was called on the Pantherettes, and Coach Self Morgan wants to make sure that the officials know what a flop is. Finally, they give up. Final, Pantherettes 45 and Howard Westlake of California 30. Zay had 18, Hannah 12, and only 5 Pantherettes scored in this one. Then it was time for the awards presentations, started with a Pantherettes super supporter for this year.
In support of the Pantherettes and the Pantherette program and girls basketball. This person exudes and exceeds this award. The award reads in appreciation for your many years of support to the Duncanville Pantherettes in the Santa Meadows Classic. The 2017 Super Fan Award is presented to Chad Fitzgerald.
The most special to me is that all of us involved, kids come first, and you can tell from the fruits of our labor how much these young ladies mean to us.
All right, now let's go do the accolades. Pantherettes of Duncanville. Champions of the 67th edition Santa Meadows Classic. Also have a special plaque that goes to the winning coach. Presents to Coach Kathy Self Morgan. Chris Marsh. Number 29. Tournament's most outstanding defensive player from Duncanville, big number 40, and finally, the MVP, 00 Zay. We'd like to once again thank our guests from California. Thank you very much for traveling all this way to participate in this tournament.
The Pantherettes and the girls in District 7 6A have played 3 games, and here's what the standings look like right now. Well, we're only 3 games deep into the District 7 6A action, and the Pantherettes and DeSoto are undefeated. Cedar Hill and MacArthur are 2-1. Irving High and Irving Nimitz are 1-2, and the 2 Grand Prairie teams are yet to win a game. You may have seen that the Lady Eagles in DeSoto are getting a lot of publicity about taking over the reins of South Dallas County girls basketball. We'll see. Upcoming games for the Panthers and the Pantherettes look like this. On Friday the 5th, the Panthers and Pantherettes will be at Irving Nimitz, and then on Tuesday host South Grand Prairie. On Friday the 12th, at DeSoto, and then on Tuesday the 16th, back here to host Irving MacArthur. Remember, the girls in District 7 6A start at 6 p.m., and the boys follow after about 7:30-ish. And we'll be back on January the 16th, on or before, with highlights of those games and more. As we close this time, there was some entertainment in the stands during the Sandra Meadows tournament, and here's what it was.